to the VR adventures. And there's one, I hope you can hear me because I'm actually recording off of just my Galaxy S22 Ultra's microphone for once. And yeah, we're just going to talk about my adventure with VR the past, I want to say last 2-3 weeks. As I press all the wrong buttons. But yeah, no, it's been interesting. Learning how to use Oculus Rift in 2023. As you have seen with the first 2 episodes of this series. And if you remember back in the day when we first did, when I first got my Oculus Rift back in 2017, there were only 1 or 2 videos with it at the time. Because of how hard it was to keep this thing set up with my old setup. But with my current setup, that's it. I took it off. I don't need to unravel everything. I don't need to get up and really strain myself. I just put it down there, and when I want to use it, I do that. It's not that hard. Which is fantastic, because it's just an ever-present, because VR, standing VR is an ever-present reminder of how disabled I am. And sitting VR is too, because, to be honest, the software with the Rift, and Quest, and Steam VR, well, Steam VR is a little bit of an exception with all the optional stuff. It's really confusing to use, and it's really, really hard to get set up correctly. Like, it takes many, many hours of just being in the menus in order to figure out how to set up your VR for your personal room setup, for your personal setup, as well as your biological setup. Like, I finally figured out exactly how to put this thing on my head after, oh man, almost, after, what, 7 years of owning it? I finally figured out what I put on my head. Scrunch this up so it's stretchy like this, you know? But then, once on my head, it gets all locked in, and put this, like this, have it on top of my head, so I look like, well, this. When I put it on. And that's fine, it's just, let me look at you, that's fine. Why are my controllers up there when the headset's up here? But anyway, I take it off like that. There's a lot of this going on. And that works, but again, it's a little too small for my current size of head. What's a good example? Let me get out a controller we all know. An Xbox Series controller. Just pretend it's your Xbox One controller, Xbox 360 controller, compared to my head. Or compared to my head. And in my hand, on the controller, compared to my head. I have a pupillary distance, a DPI, I think that's what, or an IDP or whatever it is, but basically it's between my 2 pupils to light things on your eyes. And I have an interpolary pupil distance of like 73, because I'm autistic, and with autism comes having a giant head because your wiring is different. Because your internal wiring of your brain is a little bit different than everyone else. Is a little different than other people. So yeah, there is really no headset on the market besides a Pimax that would really actually fit me. However, I'm figuring out how to get with the work, and it does work. Now, we're in the plan of getting the Quest 3. I hope the Quest 3 will work. But maybe there are things that are even more pressing. I should be getting like a smartwatch. Not just any smartwatch. Not just any smartwatch. I was reaching for my heart rate monitor, the thing that goes on your finger. Like just not any smartwatch, but the Samsung Galaxy Watch any of them really, but I would pick either the base one or the classic massive one, which would be which will fit me more better. Because I got massive wrist, like an Xbox controller, compared to my wrist. So yeah. But yeah, no, it's actually, because we're doing this my adventures. Let's get you right there. You right there. I'm pretty sure it fell. Oh well. But yeah, no, it's because today I had a heart palpitation, which fortunately I haven't had in a while, and we don't know what those are exactly. But my heart rate got up to at least 175. That's when I caught it. And with modern smartwatches, they can track your blood, they can track your heart rate. Not really intended for medical reasons, but anything's better than nothing, right? Because I've only been getting my blood pressure checked and my heart rate checked at doctor's offices, which I go to every other month, essentially, multiple times, like at least once a quarter, so every 4 months or so. But yeah, so it's probably more pressing for me. It's probably more needed for me to get a smartwatch, especially with blood pressure, especially with the new blood pressure function that the Galaxy Watch 6 has. Of course, I'm in North America. The FTC has not. The FTC has not. Excuse me. The FTC has not approved the blood pressure function of the Galaxy Watch 6 yet, which is unfortunate, but it'll probably be done by the time it comes out, or by this year or whatever. Regardless, the hardware is still on the watch, so when it does come out, even if it comes out in 5 years from now, it'll still be fine. But I could really use the heart rate tracking just to have a record of it so I can show the doctor what the watch thinks. Which these smartwatches are getting really, really good at it. Even the non-sport ones. Even just the generic Apples and your Samsungs. And the blood pressure one is interesting because it was stated just a few years ago that it was impossible to do blood pressure with just an optical thing, because it doesn't have a special band or anything to actually do squeezing. So it somehow knows your blood pressure with optics. I'm not quite sure if I would trust it completely, but it's better than nothing, and it's probably more trustworthy than your generic one. The generic one you get from the generic arm pressure thing you get from anywhere that is always wrong. Unlike my wrist one, which is always right. But anyway. So that's why I would want to get an Apple. That's why I would want to get a Samsung Galaxy Watch 6, any of them, for instead of the Galaxy Quest. I mean, instead of the Meta Quest. We all hate that, I know, yeah, but still. Instead of the Oculus Quest 3. Even though I would believe that the Galaxy Quest 3 would be good for the channel, me unboxing it, me doing random VR stuff with it would be nice. But it may be better for my health if I got the Galaxy Watch 6 first. But anyway, so now we can talk about what I have been doing, and I think we should switch over to the monitors, because we don't want to overheat the Samsung or have too much of it or use too much of its storage. But that's just what I want to talk about on camera. And literally what I look like with VR is, bam, I have to figure out how to put this thing on. There we go. It's like this. And it's on already. And it's really nice. Now I do a lot of shifting with it because it's not actually perfect, because of not only are the two lenses, light them up, not only are the two lenses too close to each other, but the entire headset's too small. the nice thing about that is it's really, really light. It's actually one of the lighter headsets. Not that you can really kind of get it or anything, but like, if you were to find one, if you were to somehow find one for sale, third party, probably get it for $100 with two of the base stations and the controllers, you have a pretty good setup in 2023, which 9% of Steam still uses, and it's really light. It's basically 1 pound, around 1 pound or 436 grams. And yeah, it's really light. Like this controller's heavier than this headset. And the number you are looking at to avoid is 3.4, because that's what the Land Warrior and Kevlar helmet and Ballistic helmet weighed, and that was actually too much. And people do consider that too much for a warrior to wear. What about you? Yeah. Which, I don't know a single headset that's above it, but there are some that are close. The one that's closest is actually the Oculus Quest Pro, and then there'll be Vision Pro probably, because we don't know it's full yet. Then it'll be Quest 3, then Quest 2, and then the rest. I don't know where Steam VR. I don't know where Steam VR is, and I don't know where the index sits. But yeah, another reason to wait on the Quest 3 is because the Samsung there's rumored to be a Samsung headset going to be announced soon, as well as Valve's new headset or headset family. We hope is going to be announced soon, and yeah. Which might be more up my alley than the Quest 3, but the Quest 3 is still really good, and I think I'll be fine with it, really, to be honest. Even though it's annoying. Yes, I know the meta stuff is annoying. You can't see it, but the meta stuff's annoying. So yeah. Also, what do you think of this camera angle? I like it. I actually really like it. I don't know how long. I mean, I need to figure out a way to get video. I need to figure out a way to record with my computer so I can use its mic, and you can see it on. And I can bring it up on the desktop instead of having to fiddle with files and whatnot. But this is okay. It's fine. By the way, so let's get onto boss everything and continue. Now, okay, just turning on the timer so I have some idea of how long we'll be going for. But yeah. So I've been messing around with the Oculus Rift CV1. By the way, what CV1 means, I was kind of getting ahead of myself. What CV1 means is consumer version 1. It's awfully development looking for a consumer version name, but not for something that just means it's the first public version. And I like it. I like it a lot. With all the research I've been doing all this time, as I reach for my heart rate monitor, which that was useful a couple seconds ago, but anyway. I really like it. It's by far my favorite VR headset currently existing that you can buy for under $1,000. Scotchad's my current one that I like that for any amount of money. Because it just works for the most part. Like all VR things, it doesn't just work, but I mean, TV for Quest 2 just works for the most part, I think, based on what people say about Quest 2, and as I struggle to untangle cords and stuff. But anyway. Why do you like this? Why? But yeah. I don't know what I was saying over there, but it was. Alright. I got another reason to have a watch, so I wouldn't actually have to struggle with this, finding this thing every single time. Because bending over is really a struggle for me. Well, not always. Kind of always. Some of you may think of it as always. But I've had trouble bending over for almost more than a decade now. Where I have issues with, mostly nausea about a lot of things. So even seated VR is challenging for me because I can't get anything but off the ground. It's so annoying that VR just generally puts stuff on the ground. Why? It should be at least waist height for whatever height you put into it. I put in 6 foot, everything should be at least 3 foot. Be useful if it matched where your headset was at all times. Wherever you put your headset, it's magically where the menu would be and where the VR would be bounced from, just in general. But no, I can't. That's too easy. That's too simple. Why would we have it that way? Which is just my general annoyance with a lot of things nowadays. Like, things don't just work like they used to. I'm used to the 2000s. When everything was plug and play, it just worked. But yeah. Which I might need to take heart rate medicine and think about it because it was actually pretty high. Let me have that on first a little bit. But yeah, now let's go back down again. It's all the movement I've been doing. But anyway, so I've been mainly struggling to get VR set up in my get VR set up in such a way that I can use it in my setup efficiently and easily without causing me nausea. Not the VR's causing me nausea. Moving around and bending and whatnot's caused me nausea, and that's the main reason why I haven't been able to have it set up this time. Main reason why I haven't seen VR videos on my channel all this time is because I couldn't set up without having massive amounts of nausea, or just stress, or a whole lot of things just happening to me just from setting up my VR. But now it's set up, it should be easy, right? No, it's not. Because for some reason, VR developers, like I said, put everything on the frickin' ground. I don't know why. Like, you have an option to set your thing at 6 foot. The heck is it gonna matter if everything's on the ground 5 feet away from you? A big example of this is the game that just came out that I wanted to try in VR. Is All-in-One Summer Sports. It's broken. It's very broken. It's very, very, very... I would be showing this to you if I wasn't feeling terrible, but not wanting to talk about VR anyway. But it's All-in-One Summer Sports. It's fun, but it's, again, everything's on the ground where you gotta reach or bend over to grab something. Or just do a menu. A menu should be in your face. It should be crowding your vision. It should be in your vision at all times. That's the nice thing about VR, is you can have the menu in your vision at all times. But anyway. Well, no, All-in-One Summer is very, very broken. We'll be trying it eventually, but still, we'll do a video where we try all these games that I got, that were on sale or just releasing or whatever that I decided to get. Save money for Black Friday. By getting it now, but anyway. And its issue is, again, everything's on the ground. So you're like, VR is really set up for standing at the current moment in the current year of 2023. If you're not using VR for standing, you're doing it wrong, which is really, really, really stupid. Even for flight sitting, it's kind of that way. Like, it's really hard to set up VR for sitting position if you're using VR controllers, maybe. I don't know. Because I don't know how to switch my Oculus Rift from standing to sitting with the controllers. With the Oculus controllers. It really should be just an option. It isn't. It's stupid. And what also doesn't help is, as you saw, I'm in a recliner, and it's always reclined because that's just how it is. It's a bit annoying, but still. This doesn't help. And, yeah. But, for example, with hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades, horseshoes, not hand grenades. Horseshoes, not hamburgers. Hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. I can set up a shooting range to use in VR. The issue I've been having is my eyes because of all the antipsychotics I've been on, especially the Gen 1s, which are terrible. Don't try those, by the way. Don't get put on Gen 1s if you can really help it. But no, the Gen 1s really messed me up, and the Gen 2s, I'm on Resulty, and Resulty's fine. I'm actually using Resulty for focus, if you can believe it. It's not really intended for that, but my mental doctor is really good at being a doctor, and it was and able to find this one research on it, and I tried it. And it has been working really well, but yeah, I have muscle spasms and a lot of things, and including when I wear a headset, I get really bad eye strain. It really makes my eye bulging act up, which is no good, and you can't really get around that because the screens are going to be right next to your eyes anyway. You can't get around it with AR. AR is literally anything that's not blocking your vision. It's literally just glass and information projected on glass. It's AR. For example, the War II gun sight, the War II warplane gun sight is what I would consider AR, as much as a HUD is considered AR in modern day, or HMD is considered AR in the modern day, or screens, or what have you, or yeah. Because if you look at like the F-16 and DCS, you'll see very quickly that it's very AR in all the ways. But anyway. And yeah. Which is what I was wanting the Quest 3 for, is to have a new VR headset, yes. It's not that much better than the Rift, oddly enough. Probably because it's really a little... I mean, technically it's the same price I bought my Rift for. If not a little bit cheaper. And it's just not not that much better. It is better, but just after almost a decade of development. Probably because it's a standalone headset, and it's also a mixed reality headset. Mixed reality, by the way, is when you have both AR and VR, so you are true XR, not just XR talking to the industry in general. I'm monitoring my heart rate right now. It's going down. It's going down even though I'm having this discussion, which is crazy. But just how I am. But anyway, so I've been also on the hunt for more Game of the Year games because I only had the 2, and it's kind of embarrassing that this channel has not been able to find more games I'm interested in, or I'm working really hard this time. I mean, Super Mario Bros. Wonder might go on the list. We don't know yet because it hasn't come out yet. But yeah, like so few games come out these days that I actually want to play that and or buy immediately, that it's becoming a problem for this channel. I got so many other things they're doing, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, like one of those games is Battle Group, Ryan Rolls Battle Group. One of those games is Battle Group, which I feel like we're getting close. One of those games is Battle Group, which is a VR space, kind of like Mothership, kind of like the other games that we show on this channel, Space RTS, which I really want to try and really should work really well with my setup, but we'll see. I've also been trying. I'll do a video showing all these games off once we get there. Once I feel better. Oh, there's Belgrade right there. Another one that I've been really enjoying. I mean, there are a few I want to try, like Broken Edge. I've tried to get Arcane Aid working, but I kind of broke it by making the sitting height too high. I don't know why that's not available. I don't know why you can break the game with that. That's stupid or not. Again, menus at the face. Menus at the face. It's simple game design. We've been doing it for legitimate ages. We've been doing it for decades now. Why are VR people so silly with not having menus on the face? And stay on the face? That's another thing. Sometimes they move around. They literally move around you. It's so annoying. Remember when I booted up Minecraft for the first time and the menu was behind me? Why? Why wouldn't it be in front of my face? That's literally stupid. And I noticed when I was doing that reaction, I didn't raise my heart rate. I'm actually lowering it right now. But anyway. Also, I finally got Skyrim VR, and it's really, really good. Another struggle I've been having is actually using weapons in this setup that aren't guns, or bows, or magic. Like, it's been really hard for me to use melee. Although I'm not quite sure if you can do unarmed melee in Skyrim VR. I'm not quite sure. But I'm also trying VR, which is, if you just want to mess around and make art in VR, it's not bad. It's actually really fun. I wonder if it's for Quest. It would make a lot more sense for Quest because you can just put the headset on someone and just say, take paint, put it on the palette, and take a brush, and you put the brush into the paint, and you put the paint on the canvas, and you get a nice feeling of the brush on the canvas. It's really, really, really nice. And you get that fan touch, which I do get, especially because I'm a prophet. I get fan touch like the wazoo with my girlfriend, but anyway. Like, Phantom Touch is interesting because it happens a lot, and I mean, because it's rumbling too. The controller actually rumbles, which is nice. Which is another nice thing about the Quest 3 controller. About the Quest 3 is this controller has additional rumble, like what the Xbox Series and Xbox One controllers have, where they have rumble in the triggers, which is really nice. Whereas whereas Quest 3 has rumble and triggers at both triggers, like the triggers and the ring finger trigger. So yeah, that's really nice. Anything else? Oh yeah, we need to look at Tank Game in VR. Also, I've been watching videos on VR chat. I'm still on the fence on whether I want to let that thing touch my channel. I mean, if there's solo stuff, you can try it. But yeah, I'm not. I mean, yes, it's fine. It's essentially Xbox Live. I let Xbox Live touch his channel. I mean, it wasn't in the heyday of Xbox Live, but still. Touch his channel, but still, I'm not quite sure. Oh, and things that have helped me get things adjusted in VR is OVR event settings, where you can fix most of the issues I have. I'm just learning how to use this freaking thing. So yeah. And there's also plenty more we need to try. Let's see. That's the reason why. I don't organize my why I don't touch my desktop anymore. I just let it be because Windows 10 and Windows 11 have really broken the desktop with the icons. It always shifts it around, especially when you play older titles that really mess with your screen and make you play out and whatnot. It really messes with it, and it doesn't work very well. And no, there are still things we need to do, like playing. Destroy the card game. Like playing Destroy Card Game in VR. We need to try. I don't think we can do this kind of 7 in VR. We should try it, and maybe there is a web PC. But anyway, because I had to make it particularly for. They had to make it especially for PlayStation VR. But anyway, we also need to try racing games. I really, really want to try Super Mario Double Dash in VR with my Fanatec race wheel and pedals. That'd be fantastic. It'd be very arcading. I know it's like stupid, but still, it's that kind of thing. And we gotta try Microsoft Flight Sim VR. I'm not quite sure I want to touch. It's like each. I'm not quite sure if I want to touch Explain in VR because and I'm not quite sure I want to touch Explain again. To be honest, it really was a bad experience. Guess we need to try that out. I mean, that's not VR, but still. And there's plenty of games which I do need to get in VR. But yeah. Ultramax I need to try. Broken Edge I said we need to try. Like, there's a lot of things I need to do. It's just a matter of feeling okay to do them. VR is very straining. I have been getting better and better. I can wear the headset for longer and longer a day, but it's still not it's still not for any length of time that I'm really comfortable with. So yeah. And of course, it's not stable enough for recording at all. It really isn't stable enough for recording at all, unfortunately. So I need to work on that. But anyway, so that's a little update for their VR adventures. Just want to tell you that. Oh, and I think I fixed the issue with Dolphin VR that we had. It's an artifact due to super sampling with the Rift. It's an artifact due to super sampling with the Rift. So I just need to turn that off and be fine. And just play native resolution, which I have a 3090 and a Ryzen 950X and a 10 RAM that's really fast. I should be able to do it. So yeah. Alright, but anyway, that'll be our first today. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you watching today. Please also me check out stuff in the description, such as Face channel, channels for watching videos that get you content and produce. And share your friends and friends. Alright, that'll be this video. Thanks for watching. Last thing, I need to get I need to get Star Corsa 1 working again. And, I need to get Star Corsa 1 working again, and, I need to get Star Corsa 1 working again. And we gotta see what happens when I get back into the Red Bull. By the way, the Red Bull 2010X, or the X 2010. By the way. Alright, that is it. Thanks for watching, and I guess. Oh, and also there's stuff about working in VR. I can't do that right now because of the whole eye thing. And my setup's not really gonna work with it anyway. I just wanted to see and try it. It doesn't work because I have a Rift. I don't know why it doesn't work when I have a Rift, when it's easier for it to work than not with a Rift, but anyway. Oh, and also we gotta try MechWarrior. We gotta try MechWarrior 5 in VR. And Ghost Space Program 2 in VR. Ghost Space Program 1 in VR. But anyway. Alright, that is it. Thanks for watching, and I guess see you in a second.